Testing. Hello and welcome to German Turtle 05, everybody. It's good to be back. It is winter, which means I'm of course downing the jacket. Downing, owning, wearing, one of those words. Yes, I'm adorned in a jacket. I'm here. I'm also wearing my glasses because I'm pretending like it's sunny to make myself feel better. Where have I been, Loki Laufey? I've actually just been here doing lots of real life stuff as per usual. So I'm just going to jump over to the display preview over here, make sure everything's working. Yep, that sounds like my voice over there, so I think we're good to go. What I'm going to do now is jump into the game for our update today. So, as you may have seen from the title, guys, today Satisfactory has dropped trains. Now this is our factory as it is at the moment. I'll try and get you guys a nice high point of view so you can see exactly what it looks like. I am rocking the jacket, thank you very much. I'm also enjoying the jacket because it has gotten very cold down here in Australia. Now a lot of you Northern Hemisphere people might think that I'm just complaining, and that is true. It is still above 0 degrees, so I'm not actually that concerned yet. But yeah, have a look at our base. It has expanded quite massively since we were last here. So we've got our Copper Valley Productions over there. We've got a truck over there. I'll show you guys that actually. That's quite fun. We've also got the main factory floor next to the space elevator. We've got our coal and steel operations down here in front of the hub. That's a truck station over there. And we've got petrol facilities now. Actually, this is probably the biggest difference. I'll quickly go over there and show you guys what we're doing with the oil. That's all coming in here and being produced into things that are either plastic or fuel, or rubber. We do need a lot of rubber, but here we are. This is the oil factory area. It's a bit of a tangled mess at the moment, I admit. This is how my brain operates on a day-to-day basis. We've also begun building a transportational hub down there in the valley, as you can see. Now, it's a bit cheaty, yes, I know. I've gone for the whole 100% flat floor, floating in the middle of nowhere appearance, but once I actually cover that up and build some walls around the sides, it will look really professional and awesome. And that's actually where our trains are going to end up eventually. But yeah, you can see this is my fuel facility here. And these generators here, they generate quite a lot of power. We're probably going to need more if we're adding a train to our infrastructure, but you can see we're currently producing 700 megawatts, and that's also being bolstered by a pair of geothermal reactors deep in the forests and straight ahead. So if we get time, we'll go check out the geothermal reactors. They do look quite cool. But in the meantime, we have some building to do to unlock the trains, as you can see in the top right hand corner. I've got to make quite a few things, so I'm just going to grab some resources here. We've already got a majority of what we need. We just need to finalize some things. I did as much as I could before the stream, but we just need to finalize a couple of things and make sure we get the trains happening. So how has everybody been? Right, so let's have a look here. Oh, right. Thank you very much, sir. So we need to build computers. We need a lot more plastic and screws, as you can see. So let's go figure out the screw situation, because, you know, screw that. Tish. Yeah, I'll stop with the dad jokes right away. That did not feel right at all. We need to find steel production, which is over here. We need to find the rods. They seem to be streaming in over here. Those are plates. Haha, rods. So let's grab as many of these as we can and transform them into screws. Okay. So, unfortunately, a little bit of a pre-warning, there will be a lot of workbench scenery today. I'll try and edit this later or make another view separately for the actual how-to video on the trains. But while we're doing it live, you know, it's a perfect opportunity to catch up with everybody, check out what's been going on, and update everyone as to how the winter is going here. Which is awful. I don't even want to go outside, it's so bad. Actually, I just realised I kind of look like that one live streamer video maker guy when I'm wearing my glasses. You know, the one that hacks telemarketing companies. God, what's his name? It'll come to me. And I've been great, but so bored without you. Oh, I'm sorry, Loki. It's, yes. Well, at least you've been great. I can't really do much about the without me part because I'm just not regular anymore. I can be regular, but there's so many other things I need to be doing right now. How about this? I promise that if I get to my mid-30s and have stabilised my career and family life, that I will actually do a, I reckon, twice a week stream. Yeah, twice a week stream. Because that would be possible then. That would be possible then. So, you know, good news, only about 8 years to go. Anyway, so, how are we doing for the screws? We need 6,000, we've made about 2,700. So please keep the comments coming, guys. I will need some entertainment myself here, actually, tonight. What have we got? Excellent connection. Got 3 viewers, so hello to the other 2 of you that are currently enjoying the scenery, which is me on a computer screen wearing sunglasses. Yeah, YouTube live streaming has changed somewhat. I like the new system. I usually hate change, but the new YouTube live streaming system is somewhat straightforward. The only problem I do have is when I go into the advanced settings, I seem to be making duplicates by accident, and I don't know how that's happening, but I'll get to terms with it eventually. I want to start doing a bit more, so I'll be 27. So you'll be my age now, in essence. So you're, yeah. Exactly. You'll be my age by the time I'm doing twice a week streams. Oh dear. But hey, look on the bright side. At least at 27 you're not old. I feel like at what would I be? 35. That's entering proper adulthood. That's yeah. That's definitely heading there, isn't it? Right, how are we doing for screws? We're almost done with screws. Well, when I say almost done, I may have jumped the gun just a little bit. But we're going to move and grab some resources in a second, so don't fret. Things are going according to plan right at this particular moment. Almost there. 300 to go. 200 to go. The things we do for to see trains, 100 to go, and there's 6k. Perfect. Alright, we need some plastic, so let's go to the oil processing area. This is very complicated. I'm also wearing upgraded shoes, or legs or something. You can't see them, evidently, but... Oh, are those Doc Martens? Oh, okay. That's very interesting pair of shoes for the future. I didn't know that, you know, shoes got older in the future, but hey, that works for me. Right, so as you can see, we've already got pre-prepared plastic here, so that's not a big deal right now. But we do need a lot of it, my god. Oh, I can't fit anymore. Okay, well, we may as well start constructing some computers over at this workbench over here. Not old German, I feel fucking old now. Well, if you're only 19, which is how I've calculated that backwards, and you feel old, I would actually advise that you go see a counsellor, because you're not. Quite frankly, you've only entered the puppy stage of adulthood, and I don't want to sound insulting when I say that. No, who am I kidding? I do want to sound insulting, but I'm not. I'm not trying to be. Yeah, 19 is nothing. You're not even considered an adult by most people you talk to at 19. That's the thing. Like, maybe your peers, your friends, directly, but at the age of 19, I think 19 was like my favourite age because I could start getting away with some things. But, yeah, in general, when you're 19, you're still not treated as an adult in today's society, which is ironic because so many adults are so stupid that most 19-year-olds would actually be better off in the career world. But, hey, that's life. Now, we ran out of cables, so let's quickly go manage that problem. Got a lot of cable going over this way. Maybe I can steal some resources off the production line. Where are they going? Into here. Yep, there we go. That's 400 there. Just steal a couple as we go. Hehehehe. I am the conveyor belt line thief man. They call me conveyor fingers. Oh dear. I might actually have to make cabling from scratch. What do you know? We'll just take as much as we can. Beautiful. Let's go build. Sorry guys, I actually originally had planned to do this in a different save file where I had a lot more resources going on. But the issue that I came across then instead was that the resources weren't refreshing fast enough, so I went back to this save file because I knew the factory here was working a lot more efficiently, and so thus we're in this sort of cycle of having to build everything again. Bless you, Ivy. Ivy is also in the room, for those of you wondering. She's currently playing Oxygen Not Included, so literally nothing has changed in the last year. Actually, no, that's not true. Oxygen Not Included just got an update, didn't it? Multiple updates, there you go. So that has changed. But Ivy's choice of game has not. I'm getting the evil eyes.
I didn't give you any evil eyes.
You totally gave me the evil eyes.
Don't destroy my reputation.
What reputation?
I don't know.
Alright, we're making the cabling now. Sit tight, guys. We're making most of the parts we need, so we'll have the computers done fairly quickly now. Oh. Oh. Just going to get up my other chat monitor because my screen keeps going down. Nope, that's not the way to go. There we are. Wonderful. Okay, now I can see everything. Alright, Lemao. I went to counselling and she said that I was feeling that because of my childhood being difficult. Should have seen her when I said it wasn't hard. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you may feel old because you were forced to grow up too quickly, which is something that a lot of us have had to endure with our weird parents and, you know, individual situations. I think that I'll come to that next question in just a second. I think that I personally can relate to the difficult parent situation. Anyone who knows my mother knows that she is extremely, extremely lovely in every way, shape, and form, and bless her, I shouldn't say anything about her life, should I? No, but my mum has a tendency to get very annoyed at things very quickly. Very much like a child mum. Very much. But we still love you, and that's what matters. Right. Oh, also my dad, he's a conspiracy theorist of like a class 10 level. Like you have no idea. The only thing he doesn't believe in, and this is why I find flat Earth is extra funny, is because my dad will buy into every conspiracy theory on the planet and off it. When it comes to like Martians, people living under the ground, giants walking the Earth, you know, things like we already have bases on Mars and the Moon, and there's aliens looking after us, stopping all the nukes flying around, and yada yada yada. But he doesn't believe in flat Earth, because even he can see that when you look at a view, there is a curvature, and he's not a moron. Well, no, he's not a moron, but he believes things. I guess he just has a vivid imagination. Now, on to the next question before I dig myself a grave. How is work? Work is actually quite good. So at the moment, we've got most of our senior managers are currently out and on holiday, which leaves me and another man in charge of the night shifts. Oh, I should be doing stuff in the background, otherwise we're just wasting time. Here, let's build some computers. And as a result of that, I've been quite stressed out because the team doesn't really like following my instructions to a finer point yet. They still like just following my instructions and then going, "Oh, it's not our proper manager, it's not our line manager, he can't do anything to us yet, blah 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 blah." You know, the sort of half-assed attitude. And I've had to deal with a little bit of that here and there, but those are my problems to focus on. All in all, work has actually been very fun and rewarding lately. Just there have been a few very late nights, and with it getting cold, I want to go home and I want to wrap myself in a blanket and not move, which is actually what happened for the majority of today. How is work for yourself, Mr. Loki? Okay, how many computers have we constructed so far? We've got 44. Don't worry, this number will rise very quickly. We just need to go gather more plastic. And worst case scenario, we can also make the plastic faster than the automation is making it. Because we've got a ton of oil. What do we got down here? I'm just jumping all over the place right now. I'm so excited for trains, you have no idea. Oh look, I had a backup storage of plastic, so that'll help us quite nicely now. Ah, that's turned everything around. Look at that, we actually have enough plastic. But I need a bit more to make the circuit boards. Oh, I think we're about to hit our computer-related goals here. I'm just going to clean out my inventory a bit. Let's get rid of these engines. And send those off to space, or at least board them onto the shuttle. Yeah, that's. By the way, I forgot to mention, in case you guys forgot, that we actually ship all of these materials into space in exchange for the recipes. So that's the rocket right there. I remember we called it Dwayne the Rock something or other, with something to do with thrusting, and yeah, it was great. So let's finish. Oh no. That's right, that's what I wanted to do, clear out my inventory. Let's get these engines going, they're in the way, very much so. Let's get this going. That's another thing we're going to have to build a lot of in a second. Put whatever computers we have in there so far. Rearrange our inventory a bit. Maybe even eat some food. Then I don't have to hold it anymore. Just drop that in there. Oh, it's in my hands, so to put it back in the inventory first. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, grab my weapon again, because you never want to be undefended. Definitely not in this game. We've also got a chainsaw. I don't know if I mentioned this. Can I have his number? He sounds like a great man to talk to when stoned, and I was shoveling shit and pushing it up a hill today, so great. Yeah, sure. I mean, feel free to contact my father. He could use a person or two to talk to, but don't expect him to get high with you, because this is when he's not high that he mentions these sorts of things. But we'll just gloss over that. Yeah.
Did you say someone want to talk to your father?
Yes. I know, surprising, isn't it?
Interesting choice, guys. Very interesting.
Oh, you know it's bad when the wife pipes in a live stream. Oh, and are you excited for Cyberpunk 2077? Yes, actually I am, Loki. A work colleague of mine actually introduced me to Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah, I have to admit, I am looking forward to it. Wow, everything is so much brighter without the sunnies on. Hang on a second. I need these back. I don't like how bright the world is. It's not dark enough for this demon that lives within my eyes. Sorry. Where were we? Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 looks incredible. I love the way the cars have been made to look like they're from the 80s. I can't wait to drive around in an 80s car that has like a holographic HUD. I mean, we've got a holographic HUD in our car actually that's sort of projected onto the windscreen, right? And that feels amazing. I could only imagine being in a DeLorean and having the exact same thing. I can't wait. It looks so good. What am I missing now? Why can I still only build 2? Oh, cabling. Great. What a bother. It's alright, we will construct our own. We are determined. That's a lot of copper I just put in my pockets. I don't know how my guy is walking right now, but yeah, there you go. Right, this should be hopefully the last couple of steps to making all the computers we need. Then we just make those, I think they're extra strengthened. Nope, I don't have the name right now. Reinforced, that's the word. Reinforced, what are they called? Heavy modular frames, there we go. Is the last thing. We just need to make 150 of those, and then we have trains. Well, we'll have to build the trains, but then we'll have the trains. So yeah, anything sci-fi, you know, just... I eat it up. I love the idea of Cyberpunk 2077. Good evening, Mr. Arthur. Welcome to the stream, sir. It is a pleasure to have you here. Yes, I am wearing sunglasses. That is because I am... Well, in short, I just thought they looked good with the jacket. It's actually too dark for sunnies, and quite frankly, when I took them off, I felt like a vampire. But they're staying on for now. I've been waiting since 2012 for more news, and it's just getting harder to wait. Yeah, you know, I have to be honest, okay? Because my inner child is still far more keen for Star Wars at the end of this year. I know it's being made by EA. I know it could go horribly wrong again, and I haven't learnt my lesson, but I will say this, that the new Star Wars game is single-player focused, and it's been so many years since the market has actually looked at single-player adventure games, let alone making a properly designed Star Wars game. Now, if it's got the graphics of Battlefront, and it doesn't have the glitches, it would actually be a decent game. And I think a lot of people are forgetting just how good a job EA's design team did versus their coding team. And I think that's where the problems usually lie. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the stream, Arthur. Now, I believe Arthur is not Russian, but his name is Russian. So it's sort of like Arthur, but it is Artur, everybody. Just woken up, so perfect timing. Oh, wonderful to hear. Actually, my missus caught me napping, so in a funny way, I just woke up too, but I have been awake since... Actually, when did I wake up? It was like 3:30 in the morning today, so I've been up for quite a long... Well, I haven't been up for quite a long time, but I was awake for an extended period of time today. Yeah, so, actually, Arthur's just reminded me, an update on the travel channel. So early 2020 or late 2019 I'll be starting up my second channel, which will have more regular videos. The problem is the videos will be based on whenever I travel and have footage to bring out weekly. So while I will be doing a weekly video when that channel comes out, plus the gaming videos at the same time, plus everything else that's going on in my life, I will be limited with how much I can actually produce on a week-to-week basis. So it might be like 10 weeks in a row we'll get a video, and then suddenly I don't have anything left to actually report on. Now, how many cables can I make? More than enough, so I don't need to be doing this anymore. Let's make some cables. We're almost there, guys. I am Russian and my name is Russian, but I live in the UK. Okay, I was nearly right. Sorry, I was just gathering intel yesterday when reading everybody else's chat in DJ's stream. I'm actually a bit surprised DJ hasn't popped in yet. I have a funny feeling he's still asleep. And actually, for those of you who stick around to the end of the stream, I might call DJ on his phone and wake him up just as a little sort of added bonus. So stick around if you want to see that. Let's annoy an old man out of bed. Probably had the same issue as me. It was just too cold to move this morning. Now I have noticed we've actually lost quite a lot of my plastic to microchip production. So if we finish up the microchip production and then go back for more plastic supplies, I think that'll be the best way to go about finalising computer construction in one swift blow. And then we'll have a nice empty inventory to get started with again. I can see where you're coming from, but it's EA and I saw the demo and it's like I wasn't wowed. I agree, but I'm still giving them an opportunity to wow me because if you remember, it's based on the Force Unleashed very roughly as a concept. Force Unleashed was one of the best games ever released at the time, and they are recovering from a financial deficit. If they don't make the same mistake and they don't make it too linear, then it could actually turn out to be a very, very good game. The single player in Battlefront was built off of the multiplayer engine, which is why I wasn't impressed with it. So we'll see how we go. Cyberpunk I'm very much looking forward to as a new open world game. What I'm wanting out of the gaming market right now is an open world Star Wars game that operates like Destiny, where everything is co-op and level based and, you know, there's actually reason to play it regularly. If they could do that, then I'd be a very happy man. What else? Yes, as I was talking to Arta the other day, I'd noticed that a video game had been announced from the creators of Assassin's Creed and Spore. So a lot of Ubisoft involvement, a lot of heavy design elements in it, and the best part is it's only about $40. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be multiplayer or single player or whatever, but there is a game coming out called Ancestors Humankind Odyssey, or something along those lines, and we're definitely going to stream it, so I'm going to announce that now. It regards the evolution of humankind, and literally you play a community of apes, and you work your way up through the food chain and sort of become humans. You actually have to evolve, so I really can't wait for that. Star Wars The Old Republic, I have actually looked into that. Now, if it wasn't a subscription service, I would be playing it constantly, but unfortunately it's a subscription service, and I am literally internally programmed to avoid those as if they were the plague. I thought the coding team was DICE. Yes, that could very well be the case, Arthur. I'm not that well researched into it. I just see them all as a banner underneath EA, so I hope DICE did a good job at Starfighter Assault. I will give them that much. So I really hope... Look, we can be hopeful. If it turns out to be a good game, it turns out to be a good game. If it turns out to be a bad one, then obviously I'll be eating all of these words up like they never happened, or making excuses very quickly. But I will live stream that game the moment it comes out, because it is Star Wars, and I am a Star Wars fan, and quite frankly, it's probably best if I get a stream out there nice and early so people don't buy the game if it's crap. So we'll see it that way, and that's what I'm going with now. I have enough circuit boards, so what do I need now? Just some plastic and a tiny, tiny bit more cable. Right. We've almost got there, guys. I promise the view will change soon. Okay, 20 cable enough for our goals? Oh, I think we're just going to fall the tiniest bit short here, but that's okay. We're nearly there. Build a couple more wires. Nearly there. Oh my god. And cable. Right, that's it. We have enough cable. Let's go get the last of the plastic to build our computers. Free to play, you just have to get a subscription for the expansions. Okay, but I'm guessing the expansion has all the cool characters. What if you want to play as a Jedi? I think I researched that. If you wanted to play as a Jedi, there was some sort of subscription needed or something. I'm not entirely certain about that, but we might check it out. I mean, it's aged somewhat as well. The other thing. Yeah. We'll talk about it more on the Discord, actually, if you'd like. Because, I mean, if it's worth looking into, I will. I don't have enough room in my inventory. That's fine, we'll build some computers here. And then we'll have the room, and we won't have to run all the way around. Right, here we are, computers. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go, we'll just dump 100 pieces of copper right here. But yeah, actually, as it stands, I haven't even seen the, what was it, the walkthrough or the demo of Star Wars Fallen Jedi? Fallen Order? I think that's the one, yep. I'm trying to be wowed the moment it comes out, because the other thing is, if you expect too much of it, as in the case of Battlefront, you end up being far more disappointed when it doesn't meet your expectations. And so I think I could give a proper unbiased opinion on it if I don't expose myself to actual gameplay footage of it yet. I'd be willing to critique it, but I wouldn't be willing to judge it just yet either. I don't know. I want to go back to the old days where things like Banjo and Kazooie were the norm, and then, you know, whenever they dropped something like Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic, it's sort of... It would make you sort of look twice and go, wow, that was actually really good. And the new Star Wars game is based off The Force Unleashed, and that's the problem. It's old generation stuff. Yes, but that old generation stuff was also the very first game to use textures that broke differently every time you did something to them, or they were the first games that actually had psychology for AI and different movements, ragdolls, those sorts of things in a Star Wars game involving the Force. I remember watching the developers creating it, in fact, and there was a lot of very ambitious stuff in there. Alright guys, we're making the last of our computers now, so we just need another 166 total. What are we up to so far? Where are my computers? 50, 54, that can't be right. I calculated this with precision. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong figures. We only need another 66, so actually we're there, basically. Alright, that's 61. I think I've miscalculated that somewhat. 61, 66 needed. Yeah, something didn't go right there, but that's okay. We can just build more computers. What do we need? More screws. Oh, that was the wrong way to go. I know where I can find some screws. Yeah, so if it is based off of it, and let's say it uses the same game engine and they haven't updated it, that would be a disaster. But if they've updated it and they've made it smoother, they've made it run more next generation, that would actually be almost a blessing for future games. I don't know, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt until it comes out and I've been disappointed by it, because I really want it to be good. I've lost my screws. It's a new way of saying I've gone insane. Here we are, I'll just make them from scratch again. Oh, we are really drying out the resources of my base creating these trains, but we are well on the way to victory. How many do we need? We wanted another 5, I believe. So let's make enough screws for 5 computers. Oh, we're so close now I can taste it. Why? Oh, bloomin' hell, the cabling again. Need more wire first. Sorry guys, it's all fine-tuning. We're nearly there though. Nearly there. Nearly there. See if 100 will do. If it won't be Lego Star Wars, Skywalker Saga will be for sure. That's a good point, actually. The The Skywalker Saga would be quite interesting. I haven't even heard of that one, to be honest, but that's not a bad concept, to be honest. Not a bad concept at all. But I feel like the Skywalker Saga is just an update of what they've already done, because the Skywalker Saga would just follow the old Clone Wars all the way through to essentially Rogue One. No, and beyond Rogue One, episodes 4, 5, 6, up to A New Hope, yeah. Right, computers are done, engines are done, now we just have to do the heavy modular frames. So let's go ahead and just dump all our spare inventory related to computer parts in here, because we're not going to need it anymore. Probably still need cables. More than likely we won't need this copper. Unless we're making more cables. Well, we're not for this bit, no, not yet, no. No, I want those rods back. Let's sort that out, there we go. Okay. Sorted our inventory. Let's see what we need. Okay. We will need modular frames, which I have collected quite a lot of already. Steel pipes, I've got a couple. Encased industrial beams and screws. Very, very expensive resources. Luckily, I have come somewhat prepared. Right, now in terms of encased industrial beams, I have a industrial beam factory here somewhere. No, I do not. I have a manual let's build them myself factory under my mouse button. The Lego game got all 9 films and it's coming out next year. The Lego game got all 9 films. Oh, okay, so they're doing... Right. So if it's the Skywalker Saga, that might even be spoilers to Rey being part of the Skywalker line, come to think of it. If that's covering 9 episodes. I might be reading into that incorrectly, but that's what it sounded like to me, sort of. You know what's bothering me just a little bit? Is I'm noticing from the analytics that I don't have an average watch time. I wonder if that maybe comes after the fact. Anyway, I suppose we'll find out afterwards. But there's no live update on the data there. So anyway, Arthur, how have you been? How's life treating you? How's your day ahead looking? While I think about the 9 films and how that relates to... Because the original Lego Star Wars had 6... Yeah, I think it was 6 episodes, all the original 6, and then there was like a little bit of bonus on the sides. If it's coming out next year, that means it's coming out after the last Star Wars movie, which means it will possibly have spoilers in it. Oh my god, I'm getting so close to the trains now, I can barely contain my excitement, but what I'm doing is utterly infuriatingly boring, and I do apologise for it. But yeah, it must be done to achieve our goal of having the trains. I probably don't need to convert all of this steel, but I'm just doing a lot of it to be on the safe side. We'll also need some pipes from memory. As you can see, it's not affording us a lot. If we were to make these now, we need 4 per industrial beam, so we do need quite a lot of beams. We need 5 for 1, and we need 4. Wow, that's quite a lot. Actually, I'm going to keep going, because we might need all of that. I want a Star Wars game where you have the Star Wars galaxy on a Star Citizen scale, only have it as single player and allow you to be whatever. I mean, I'd love to be a Sith on a Venator killing clones. It would be the most awesome thing ever. But where would they go from like afterwards? Where would they go from there? How could you make a better game? You almost couldn't. No, you're right. That would be the ultimate thing. or even just like a Battlefront style game where you could go everywhere, or even just a Force Unleashed open world. And you know, this is one of the most disappointing things is I learnt this very recently, that there was a game in the works. It was based on the original Bounty Hunter game. So you guys remember Bounty Hunter, where you played Jango Fett, and it was the story leading up to how he became the donor clone, or the donor for the clones. And this game would have been less linear, more like Assassin's Creed, open world across a number of very different, very contrasting Star Wars worlds. And they cancelled it. And the reason they cancelled it is because they couldn't balance the characters in the game. That disappoints me a ton. Because I would have been happy just choosing male or female and then customizing my character myself, and then going around to all the different worlds, hunting randomly generated bounties. I mean, it would have just been the coolest thing. You don't even need to have the Venators. Now, I'll come back to the Venator idea, because I love that. No, it wasn't 1313. It was actually before 1313. Anyway, so yeah, 1313 was actually not the game that I'm talking about. There was another one in production that they cancelled. And once again, yes, it was Disney. Now, in that game, like I was saying, you could go to all these planets. If they just had a spaceship, any old spaceship, or just a couple of different spaceships you could buy, or save up to buy, or even have in-game transactions for, I would have gladly spent my money on getting the coolest looking ship. Be it the Millennium Falcon, or the Slave One, or just new things altogether. Now, as for 1313, they're using the character models and the world models that they created for 1313 in Star Wars The Jedi Fallen Order, Fallen Order of the Jedi, Star Wars Fallen Order. Whatever it's called, yeah, that one. So they're actually reusing the textures from that, from 1313, in the new game, which is why I'm kind of annoyed, because 1313 was supposed to be way cooler. It was supposed to be more like, it was also based on like bounty hunting or something along those lines, but it wasn't 1313. This was another game I'm talking about. They've cancelled so many good things over the years. I want... Yes, really, I know, it's awful, isn't it? But there was genuinely an open world Star Wars game that got canned, and I just don't know why they can't bring themselves to just release one. Just do it. Like, do you know how many people are going to love that concept? Even if they just made one... You know who I want to have the next Star Wars license? I want CD Projekt Red to have the next Star Wars license. If they made a Star Wars game, anything like The Witcher, or if they gave the license to, let's say, Bungie, and they made a Star Wars game anything like Destiny, it would just be the most perfect concept ever. But no, they have to be stuck up in their own way. No wonder it looks so dated. Yes, exactly. But I'm glad they're actually using those resources rather than just canning them all together. Now, the next stage we need is to find my source of concrete. I believe it may be over here somewhere. What's this? Don't tell me I've had a screw factory. I've had a screw factory this whole time. Kick my butt. Oh, I knew it was hidden here somewhere. Right, well, what we need right now is concrete, though. And that happens to be... My god, my concrete conveyor belt line is massively long. Wow, that was actually quite fun. Let's take as much as we can. Be as wasteful as possible. Disney is really cancelling lots of stuff, not only games, yeah. I'm glad they've announced the new Clone Wars, but get this, guys, it's going to be exclusive to Disney Plus, which means none of us normies can actually watch it without paying more money for another subscription that we don't need, yada yada yada. I'm very annoyed about subscription services, if you can't tell, guys. Yeah, they really rub my gears up the wrong way. Rub my gears up the wrong way. Yeah, I guess that works. They grind my gears, that's... I genuinely forgot that the Family Guy grinding my gears existed, like the skit existed. Wow. Oh, winter is not being kind to me. But yeah, they are cancelling. So 1313 was a 2013 game. Yeah. And what they did is they took all the resources, they updated the texture packs to the latest, codecs and packages for Microsoft computers or whatever, and Xboxes, and all they did was update it, literally. And it's sort of, they sold the resources to this independent company that's now working under a license from EA, who was working under a license from Disney, and thus the creation of Jedi Fallen Order or Star Wars Fallen Order. Disney wants all the money. Yeah, they are recycling, which is why I'm still hopeful that they'll actually make that Star Wars open world game. But that's the real, I'm being overly hopeful situation that I can actually profess to being in. Because I don't think it's actually going to happen. I'm just hoping it does. Now, back to the Venator thing. I would love a game that is completely based on just being a Star Wars pilot. Imagine being able to pilot an entire Star Destroyer in some sort of a strategy game, or a Venator. The Venators are the best looking Star Destroyers by far. Or deploying a whole bunch of clone troopers on a planet, or, a new version of Empire at War, but with the ability to control first person. Anything where you can control those giant ships would just be amazing. Now, I understand why they don't do it, because the execution would be incredibly difficult to master, because you're comparing all of these different scales. I'll watch that link after I'm done there. But I have a funny feeling that it won't work, because recently I actually checked up on that, and yeah. Honestly, some new Disney movies really starting to make me tired of it. Yeah, at the same time, they do have the funding, so they have the capability to make a good movie. They seem to just always make the wrong decisions lately. So what I mean by that is they have the money to make a Star Wars movie. They have the money to make that Star Wars movie anywhere in the world. But they always seem to pick the bad director, or the wrong location, or the wrong tangent on the story to make it just a rounded product. And it usually seems to be aimed at making money later on as well. Like, we tend to feel like a lot of the characters were just introduced to Star Wars to make it more attractive to both boy and girl children for the figurine collections and things like that. But, yeah, I have to say the Clone Wars is one thing that was done brilliantly, and they can't really ruin that anymore, at least. And, I mean, they can, but we're hoping that they won't. Right, so I need to go pick up all of those screws I saw earlier and start production towards the last step towards building trains. Which sounds complicated, but it's not that bad. Alright, let's grab as many as we can. Boom. At least I don't have to make those screws. That's a lot of time saved right now. I mean, Disney should, in my opinion, and it is a little bit, forward, but in my opinion, I think Disney needs to stick with things like The Lion King and fairy tales, just things that they've always done, rather than trying to expand and ruin Star Wars. There's no better way to put it. They just ruin it. Right, what are we going to run out of here? I reckon it'll be the steel pipes. So now you guys can see just how expensive the heavy modular frame really is when it comes to resources. You can just watch my inventory like emptying itself as we go here. It's awful. And I still have to build a whole bunch of steel pipes as well. Because look at how quickly they're disappearing. Look at those modular frames, which are already an expensive item. That's these things over here, if you follow my mouse cursor, these guys. They already cost a ton of steel to make. Inclusive of screws, by the way. And now we're adding more screws to the recipe. So we've run out of steel pipes. That's obviously where we need to pick up the slack. Oh, I've just electrocuted myself. Good work. Steel pipes. Where have I got those? I think they're being generated over here. There we go. That's 100. There's another 20 there. And it looks like we're making the rest of them, so tally-ho, chaps. Yeah, Star Wars is where Disney goes to downfall. They have too much money to be a downfall, unfortunately. They're not going to go bankrupt or anything. What I hope is that they try to remodel their sort of enterprise model when it comes to Star Wars. We can hope that sort of halfway through they go, look, it's not making us as much money as we wanted, and it's probably because the fans aren't happy with our decisions. So let's restructure and start again and maybe get some fans involved, and who knows, we might even still make some more money after buying all this from George Lucas. That's the conversation I'm hoping happens at Disney in the very near future. And we can only be hopeful. Alright, let's keep building these guys, make some room in our inventory. Keep working towards our goal here. I mean, in theory, it's not big, but we just made 1/6 of the necessary bits. Alright, let's make these steel pipes, and there we go. We should have 600 steel pipes by the time we're done with this. So we're making good progress. It's just, it's slow. Oh, doesn't like me moving the mouse while I do that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Disney's just going to die out of nowhere because Star Wars doesn't make them money. If anything, Disney has gone into a negative profit so many times. They're almost an unkillable company now. If they stuck to pleasing the fans instead of the kids, it would be great. I agree. Unfortunately, toy sales seem to be where the money is at. Licensed toy and t-shirt sales. That's where Disney makes quite a lot of their money. And also their music, selling their music, and copywriting it all over YouTube. But all jokes aside, that is unfortunately where most of their profit seems to come from. The box office is only a sort of side bonus. And video games, that's the interesting part. I think if they just did a game right, we wouldn't even care about the microtransactions. I think it's just how forwards they were with putting them into Star Wars Battlefront that really got every gamer's attention. I mean Battlefront 2, of course, because the ones in Battlefront 1 were reasonable. They were catch-up bundles, they were start here bundles, you know, shield bundles, those sorts of things. They were just normal things, but you could still earn them in the game regardless. Whereas in Battlefront 2, initially, it was multiplayer game breaking, and that's what annoyed so many people. And I can't say I blame them either. Ugh. This is tiresome, but we must get to the trains. We must! Freedom! Trains! Monorail! Sorry. Okay, we can build another 23, which actually gets us 1/3 of our total goal, which is great! Things are happening. That's the last third of our overall goal. It's like a goal within a goal within a goal. I think we're going to run out of these guys now, the modular frames, but that's okay because I have a whole bunch standing by. I do enjoy crude humour, Loki. I do. You have my permission to share it with everybody because you're a mod, so you should be able to post links, I believe. It would be a good idea for everybody to go watch a song right now and sort of come back refreshed, because this is getting very... Even for me, it's getting sort of a bit strenuous now. We don't need engines. You can see I've made a lot of engines. I'm that guy that watched Chucky when I was 4 years old. Nice. Nice. I can't claim to have done anything so awesome, because I wasn't allowed. The first time I stayed up till midnight, I was 8 years old, and I'd done it watching a very old black and white version of Godzilla. I didn't understand any of it, but that was my first R-rated movie. I know, hectic, right? Where are we? We need more steel beams, which means we need to go create more. No! Do I even have room in my inventory? I do, okay. No, at least that. And what we'll do is we'll fill up, but we'll leave one slot at the bottom. And now put you back. We're even running out of steel. This is coming down to the wire, guys. But it's worth it. We want the trains. Also, how's our coal supply doing? Because that can't run out. Okay, we do need to take the tractor for a spin. Or the truck. No, the truck will do better. Let's take the truck for a spin, just so we have something different for a few minutes. It's my beacon. Oh wait, we need to see what's loaded in the truck first, because it could be detrimental. Okay, yeah, see, I don't want all this stuff running through my coal system. Let's just quickly build a storage thing here. Just rando storage. We'll come back later and, getting all confused. Let's take you out of there. Oh my goodness, okay. What can we move? Yeah, the steel rods don't seem to be doing us any favors in terms of inventory space right now. Right, now let's grab all this stuff out of the back. You can see I've advanced quite far in this game. It's just trains have eluded us. They've only just dropped in an update today, actually, so we are one of the first people to see this. Just need to grab one more thing out of here. Put that in there. Right, we now have room for the coal. So let's go. Whoop! Whoop! Hello! Handbrake was parked on top of a tree. I'm just going to go get some coal to ensure that we have a continuous supply of power in our station, guys. Off we go. This is actually quite a cool part of the game. You guys are going to love this. I love the suspension on the truck. It's so cool. Look at that. Look at that. Oh! 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 Disaster. You can see I've left my markers as a sort of a makeshift road of how to get to my coal supply. You've got to be careful around these rocks here. I have flown down into that valley before. Look at my tractor, it's stalled. How terrible is that? The sugar cube tractor has stalled. I'm going to have to fix that. Let's fix him first so he can go deliver his last batch. Should just be in there, shouldn't it? So if I take that and put that there... Oh! Oh god, he's run me over! Wow. Thanks for that. You're welcome, by the way. Arsehole. Right. Let's load up. Beautiful. Bit more? There we go, a bit more coal. Oh no, there's 3 people streaming at the same time. What are you going to do, Arthur? Oh no, my screensaver just turned on and a porg was on my screen. Okay guys, check these guys out. Here we are. Also, how cool was the truck loading station just then? That's one of my favourite parts of this game. Cinematic camera! Oh, that's not very cinematic. Glitch Cam by German Turtle. Alright, that should hopefully be enough coal for the station to continue operation. Ah, the bloody sugar cube is in the way again. Get a move on, mate. What are you doing? Get out of the way. Right, tar. Unloading. Perfect. Right, I'll leave that parked there because it has all the resources. And we can move back onto building things. Where were we? Right, we needed encased beams, and for that we need steel thingamabobs. Steel beams, there we go. Continuing production. Damn, it won't let me post it. Okay. What I could do myself is actually, in theory, just quickly open Discord here, and I'll post a link for everybody else. That should work. Control C. I should be able to post this in my own stream, surely. There we are. Alright guys, have a check of that. It's some crude human music while we wait for construction to end. Everyone's streaming because Droidica's just came out. Yes, I will actually be joining DJ's stream later, so if you want to hear more of me, if you want to see more of me, I will be over there later. Not sure if I'm going to play it on the old PlayStation or the PC though. That's a good question actually. I might be more tempted and inclined to play the PC version to see just how buggy things can get and record everything that happens. Because if it is supremely buggy, it would be quite fun to make fun of EA just one last time. Okay, that seems to be a good number of encased industrial beams we're going to generate. I wish there was more, but the more we empty my inventory, the more we can do later anyway. Wonder what the old Droidicas actually look like. Hopefully good. Hopefully. See if you can figure out what the prerequisites are to unlock a Droidica while in combat. How many points you need for it. Because that would actually be valuable intel for everybody. It's unfortunate that the train update had to drop on the same day as the Droidica update, actually, because I could be getting a lot more views with the old Star Wars thing. Damn it. German, did you watch Sea Patrol? No, I still haven't had the chance to actually watch it, but I have saved it to my to-be-watched list. On the there's a website that helps you find like series across different streaming services, and I think I found it on Amazon Prime, actually, so I'm going to go check that out. It is on my to-watch list. I'm just finishing off a series called Happy at the moment. So Happy is this series that's just been released on Netflix, and it follows an ex-cop who fell from grace and became, well, either hallucinogenic or he just sees his daughter's imaginary friend. So it sounds very strange, but it's the most hysterical gore fest I've watched in a very long time. So I've been very keen on watching it. Let's see what progress we've made so far. Let's go deposit what we have. There's another 50, there's 17. So we're literally 50% of the way. That's concerning because I am running out of resources very fast. Oh, it would be the worst thing if I couldn't get these trains out today. But at least we had a chance to stream and talk and all that. Shut up, Turtle, we want to see the trains. Hey, yep, that's still the last one, right. These are the screws, if I remember correctly. Yep, we've still got plenty of screws, actually. It's very surprising. Take all of that. Take all of that. We are exhausting our steel supply now. This is great. I haven't had to build like this in a long time. Let's go upstairs to where the rest of my steel's being made. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. There we go. Whoa, that conveyor belt is fast. Oh, oh, there we go. Ouch. Okay, bunch of steel in here. Let's go ahead and steal it. Sorry. Right, that should be enough resources to make at least like another third. Encased industrial beams again. I really couldn't blame any of you for being bored at this point, but remember what it's leading up to. Trains. Don't you laugh, Mrs. Oxygen Not Included. What are you trying to do? Balance heat and cold?
Don't you dare to laugh at these games.
I dare to laugh at that game.
This game is amazing.
Well, according to Ivy, Oxygen Not Included is amazing. Of course, she isn't streaming it, so none of you would know. I, happy as effing off chops, was on drugs when I watched it. I was gone and scared out of my mind. Lol. That opening scene would have been too hectic for you in that state. I can see how that would have been a very interesting evening. But yeah, that's what I'm watching whenever I have time to watch at the moment. I should have a lot more time after one more week of work when my manager gets back. And I'll be able to chill out and just get back into my normal rhythm again. Go to the gym more than once a week again. You know, all of those things. And I'll probably get used to the cold by then, if there is any cold in Australia at that stage. Alright, the glasses are coming off. They're making me tired now. Oh, everything's so bright. Oh. But actually, I should really be getting on with Sea Patrol. That would be quite fun. Another thing I've been watching in the meantime was Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I finally got past the Season 3 marker, which is where every Star Trek starts to actually get good. And then I got really into that one as well. So I now enjoy 2 of the Star Trek series in canon. The only one I can't seem to actually enjoy is Next Generation or whatever it's called. The one that was trying to be modern, but it did not work. Oh, it was so bad. One of the lines I remember was, "Captain, permission to move quarters." "Why do you need to move quarters, Lieutenant?" "The stars, sir. They're going the wrong way." Oh, it was the worst line I'd ever heard in something sci-fi related. Just no. I get that people feel motion on trains, but they don't feel motion in a spacecraft. Oh, by the way, I managed to find some pictures of Prague. If you want, I can send them later. Definitely, Mr. Arthur. I'd love to see the pictures of Prague. Who knows, I might visit it next year. Who knows? I would definitely love to see them. Right, how many of these industrial beams are we needing? So there's 5 per unit. We need another 75. So 75 times 5 is 375. So we need a lot more. And then 375 times 4 gives us the number of steel beams that we need. So this should get us about halfway through the remaining part of the goal. I'm just sitting here pressing the spacebar. This is just gripping footage. Be right back, gonna eat dinner. Take your time, Mr. Loki. We're gonna be here for a while, sir.
What time is it right now?
What time is it? 8. It is 8 PM, and my dog awaits his din-dins. Oh ho ho ho, he heard me say the word. He's looking at me. His ears have started salivating. He's getting excited because he can see all the attention I'm paying to him, so he's like, it must be dinner time now. It just must be. Ah, poor doggy. Alright, that's all the industrial beams we can make with the amount of concrete we have, so let's go back to making the actual steel beams themselves. Oh, I think I got Spain and Paris as well, if you consider those places too. We're definitely considering We're definitely considering Spain overall, and Paris is a optional one for next year's holiday. So I would actually be interested in seeing all that as well. Just any great locations, footages, foods, things like that. Yeah, we're doing a bit of research to see how we can do a Euro holiday most efficiently, but also to cover like the most sort of interesting things you can do in Europe. So if that's the theme, and anything you can think of would be highly appreciated. And that goes for anyone else watching the stream. Jump into our Discord. I'll post the link here now, actually. And just let us know. Send us photos, information about places that you've travelled. I'm gathering, I'm researching, and I can't wait to see the results actually play out. So here is a never expiring link to the German Turtle Discord, and I'll include it in the description later as well, guys. I'm actually going to Barcelona this August. Awesome! Nice! Let me know all about it. I'll be very keen to hear how it goes, and yeah. Oh, the building is real right now. I feel like I'm doing more manual labour holding the spacebar down than I would normally actually at work for 12 hours. It is laborious. My dog's currently wearing sort of a jacket, and sort of also like a collar for his leash, or it connects to his leash. And the slogan on the side is just, "Dog is man's best friend. Field glide, fine clothing." So good. Right, we need steel pipes now. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus construction on the heavy encased beams, because they're the most expensive parts so far. Will do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Arthur. Ivy, I know you're talking to the dog, but the dog doesn't know you're talking to the dog, so please refrain from talking to the dog. Oh, okay, I feel bad now.
How does it make any sense to you? I don't understand.
It made perfect sense to me, and anybody else that's gifted in the ways of understanding a language. What I'm saying is, please stop making the funny noises relating to the dog.
You need to speak to the dog then.
The dog's not making any noise. He's sitting there like a good boy, being really quiet. Don't blame him. Poor dog. He keeps looking at me every time I look at him. So adorable. Right, well, since I've got the steel, I may as well make the pipes.
You understand what that means, hey?
What?
Every time you look at him, you look back at you.
Yes, he's telling me that he wants his dinner.
Yes.
And that he also loves me. Random Generation! Welcome back to the stream, sir. Let Ivy talk to the dog, at least someone is listening to her. Whoops.
Who is that?
Random Generation. You've just got the evil eyes, Random. You're in trouble. In fairness, I listen to you, Ivy. I've also got the evil eyes. I don't even need to see Ivy's face right now, I just know the evil eyes are happening. Through the back of her head, I can feel them.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Would you like to feed the dog? Okay. You're just going to let him sit there for half an hour. Alright, you do you, and I'll do me. Well, Ivy has resumed talking to the dog.
Come on.
The dog is listening very intently.
Come on.
The dog is now being fed. And now I'm going to make him overly excited. Hey Spot! Din Din! Din Din! Go to Mum! Go! Din Din! And he's gone. Okay, that should be enough of those to be getting on with. We can build another 21 of these frames now. My god, whoever made trains this complicated deserves to pass. A whole bag of wind. Because that is what they are. A bag of wind. Who makes things this complicated? Alright, now we're going to need some concrete to resume building industrial beams. Momentarily. There we are. Oh, no, one more. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and insert those. Oh, guys, we're getting close now. Just 54 left to go. We should do a countdown. We should definitely do a countdown. Right, where's my concrete facility again? That was over here. Whoop, whoop. Up this way. There we go. I'll take quite a substantial amount, but not all, because we need room in the inventory for other things. There we go. Making some more encased beams. So how have you been, Mr. Random Generation? It has been somewhat of a while since I'd last streamed, and since we last spoke, in fact. If you haven't already guessed based on the title, we're currently working towards making the trains that were promised for so long in this game, and we're actually playing the unstable experimental version just to see what they look like, so a little bit of a spoilery heads up. But they were dropped today at the same time as Droidica's, so I'm doing this in my stream and then I'm hopping over to DJ's for a Star Wars Battlefront session later tonight, if he's online. If he's not, I'm just gonna, you know, maybe even just completely avoid the whole thing altogether. But this is what I wanted to do today because, I mean, trains, come on, who doesn't like trains? I accidentally let go of the spacebar there for a second. That's like sleeping on the job. That's not very professional of me. Oh, this is laborious. Somebody entertain me. I really wanted to do all of this before the stream, and I started planning the stream at about 6:30 PM today. You can see how long the stream's been going. That's how long I've been going with some of the work already completed. Now you can imagine how long this would have taken if I'd actually done this like off camera and then started streaming. Everyone would have been asleep, which is why I had to stream earlier. But we're so close now. Oh, just so close. I'm doing alright. I thought I heard someone say trains and then I found your stream. Yeah, that's basically how it works. So, yeah, trains. It's sort of like a monorail, from what I understand. There's one rail in the center, and you've got two sets of wheels that like diagonally hang along the outside of it. So it's a nice sort of sci-fi-ish train. Looks a little bit like an industrial diesel locomotive sort of thing. Gonna build a few more pipes here because we are just gonna need them. Why are these stacks separate? Hang on. That's annoying my OCD. Let's in fact sort that out. There we go. Okay. Now once I've got that sorted up to 100 exactly, there we go. Continue production of steel beams. We can make another 12 modular frames now, but as you can see, the one thing we're going to run out of actually is the modular frame that's not reinforced, and I have a ton of those ready to go, which is nice. Because they're expensive and take long to make. There we go. A little bit glitchy, but we'll just gloss over that. How's the power supply going? Everything's operating at quite a good capacity, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, how many can we make now? 20! Okay, we're definitely doing that. That's a substantial bite out of our overall missing amount. Oh, it has been quite an evening in the old Satisfactory. Look at how many screws I use per construction of one of these things. It's just ridiculous. To actually feed that many screws into an automated system would just be ridiculous. Which is exactly why I'm going to attempt to do it later. If we build more steel pipes, we can actually continue production a little bit. See how long it takes for that number to stop ticking up next to heavy modular frame here. 8. I think that's it. Okay. So we're going to run out of a different resource. I believe it's the heavy frame. Oh, sorry, the insulated... What is it? The encased industrial beam. Bloody hell, everything's got such a complicated name in this game. No, we ran out of screws first. The droidicas look amazing. Excellent to hear. How many points do they cost to spawn? Making me actually want to play Battlefront 2 for a night. Very briefly. Here's my real question. How long are they lasting? Do they appear more overpowered or underwhelming? Or do they get killed really easily? How vulnerable are they when they roll? Can they die from grenades? These are the sorts of things I need answers to. Build another 2 of these before we submit them. Now we've run out of bloody pipes again. If all I'm running out of is pipes, I can fix that fairly quickly. I haven't seen that yet, but the tank costs 800. Yeah, but the tanks are very, shall we say, limited in what they can do apart from being a tank. I reckon the droidicas will probably be something like 1,500 maybe a little more or less. Is there a limit to how many you can have on the team? There probably is. I'm back, dinner isn't ready, and I'm fucking hungry, German. Feed me, please! You know what, I'm actually in the same boat. I'm starving. I honestly thought I'd be done by 1.5 hours. But it looks like we're going to be building well into the 2-hour mark here. So another half hour till we have the trains up and running, I reckon. And that's just an estimation. I still can't actually guarantee that either. Okay, we've got another 3 going. We're just literally inching towards our goal here, but we're getting close now. I can feel it. I can taste it. Where is the... There we are. Oh, guys. 21 more. Just 21 more and we can start building trains. We'll probably have to build more of these things anyway to build the trains, but I'm willing to put up with that. What is it we're running out of now? Right, now it's the encased beams again, so off we go. Well, on CS, capital supremacy, for those of you who aren't familiar with Battlefront 2, there's only 2 tanks. Yes. Although, you can accidentally spawn a 3rd one. This is a glitch that we have discovered and confirmed, but whether or not the update fixes that already, we don't know. But surely the droidicas don't operate as a tank unit, because that would just be a rip-off then. Because, I don't know. I'm curious to see how they've implemented it, because the super battle droids, they were awesome. I love the way the super battle droids operated. You know, you had to save up a certain amount of points, just like in the old Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2 days, and then you got to play, you know, the coolest unit. Except in Battlefront 2 days, the points that the thing that you had to unlock was the droidicas themselves, whereas the super battle droid was the standard infantry unit, which I was kind of hoping for, admittedly, for the new Battlefront, but it didn't happen that way, and so we have to live with that. The 212th skin looks amazing too. Yeah, I have a lot of skins to buy now. It's the one thing I was complaining about earlier on in the production of Battlefront 2, that there weren't enough skins for the clones, and now there's too many all at once, and I'm actually considering the bloody microtransactions again just to unlock them, but I don't want to spend money on a game I hardly play. That's the other problem. One thing I did enjoy was the camo look, the camouflage appearance of the clone troopers that go to Kashyyyk. Oh, they look great. And the yellow ones that the ARC troopers, the ones with the shoulder pads, they look amazing too. It could have been so good. It could have been so good. It was just the execution was poor. Right, that's all of our concrete gone, so we can't make any more encased beams. At least not yet. We are getting so close now though. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Look at that. 11 more. Boom. 10 to go. Oh, I'm getting excited. Oh, it's happening. I'm about to lose my train building virginity. I just need some concrete and some steel. There's my concrete waiting in my third storage container. Let's grab these. That should be more than enough. Train building virginity. Something you lose when you can't lose a real virginity. There has been a crash in my automated systems. I'll move the truck out of the way. I think that will solve our problems. Excuse me, Sugar Cube. Sounds like I'm talking to a broad. Let's park the truck back over here. Ugh. The sound effects when you wear headphones in this game are actually really good. Like, I give them an A+. What did I put in here again? I might need those to build screws later. Alright, the sugar cube should be making its delivery now. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, no, it's run out of fuel again, the dumb thing. My goodness. No, I want the back end. Still sounds like I'm talking to a broad. Need to grab this. That should get us another shipment of coal at least. There we go. See you later, alligator. Right, do we have the resources? Encased industrial beams again. Oh, I'm getting so sick of crafting this recipe, but we just need 10. We just need 10 more. Oh, Germany, you're getting Crash Tag Team Racing. Once again, a multiplayer game. I would love to have multiple people to play that with at the same time in the same time zone, but probably won't because, one, I think Mario Party has covered that concept sufficiently. Mario Party? No, Mario Kart. What am I saying? And two, even though I did get it, even if I did get it, sorry, I would have no one to play with. It would be so sad. I suppose we could give it a go, but I think that's one of those ones that I'll buy more on sale than anything else. I love the original Crash games, but yeah. I don't play that often. I have so many skins to get. Yeah, same as me, Arthur. I've actually got the game fresh on PC. I'm level 5, so you can imagine where I'm at there. The droideckers really depend on their shield. They're really weak on health, but their guns melt enemies. I can imagine. But then, if you're shooting at enemies with lag, and you're missing every time, and you just melt like chocolate, that's not good either. See how we go, I suppose. Right, encased beams. Should have enough for a couple more of these bloody modular frames now. Still want to know how many points they cost to spawn. That's going to be my deciding factor on whether or not there are any balance issues. Can only make 3, so let's go ahead and make them. What are we missing? Pipes again. So we need 7 more. It's 2, 3. It's another 3. Let's make them. What are we missing now? Encased beams again. It's another one. Oh, 3 more to make. Oh, just 3 more to make. So tense. Right, that's enough of those. What else do I need? 45 of these total. Oh, bloody hell, I'm going to run out of iron, bloody steel, aren't I? Oh my god. It's all coming down to the wire. I'm so close now. I can't let it slow me down. No, must get to top of hill and get resources into inventory bum bag. There's a porg on my screen again. Sorry for being rude. Hello there, Ivy, says Loki. She says that she didn't think you were being rude. I think. That's what I heard through the soundproof headphones. I think it's 1,500 it costs as an enforcer from what I saw. Yeah, okay. I'd love to see the droideckers in Ewok Hunt then. That would be funny. I think that's the magic number there, folks. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's ship it off. This is the moment, guys. This is it. We've reached the. We can press the big button. Monorail train technology ready for launch. Total parts received 450 out of 450. Let's punch it. This is a glorious moment.
A new set of buildings and vehicles needed for long-range transportation has been made available. In addition to built-in power conduction, rails-based transit ensures increased efficiency and reliability for both the transport of pioneers and cargo.
I don't know if I heard that correctly, but from what I gather... Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Well, game over. GG. No, from what I gather there, that actually might mean that not only are the trains self-sufficient on power once connected, but it also sounds like you can use them to move power around the map rather than having to build power poles everywhere. You just build stations everywhere you need them. Let's have a look. Vehicles, I'm guessing. Oh my god, look at these. They are so expensive, but the train is the most important one, so let's go ahead and do train, and a train station is obviously a train docking station. Oh god, we actually have to read this. Empty platform, an empty train platform for when you need to create some empty space. Okay. As freight cars stop by this, they will first unload what they have in their inventory, then load from the docking station. Right, so we don't need that so much yet. Train station. Locomotives can be set to drive to and stop at the train station. Right, we need one of those. And tracks, we're definitely going to need a bunch of those. Let's go ahead and start with, say, 100 or so. Right, this isn't too expensive, actually. Oh, let's start with 50. I'm sick of clicking. Okay, let's see what happens here, guys. So we're going to make trains. I love how everyone loves fast shooting guns that kill squishy little bears. I know, it's great, isn't it? Alright, let's start with the beacon. I know that to make a beacon, that recipe is not exactly cheap either. We need rods, flat bits, wire, and cable. That's not so expensive at all. Here we are, we got all the wire we need. Grab a couple extra just in case of this stuff to turn into cables. Ah, computers. They're a bit of a bother, actually. Where are the computers again? Yeah, they're going to be a pain. But we should have restored our plastic deposits by now, so that will at least help that cause. But I definitely need a lot more wire. Grab all of that. Grab some more of that. That should be enough wire. Many things to consider here. Cables aren't an issue. The heavy modular frame, we know what we're doing. Let's just let all that build up. And the motors, I've easily got 10 somewhere saved up, just lying around. Literally, I can just grab them off the conveyor belt. That's how certain I am of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. If only everything relied on the motors. If there's an achievement in the Star Wars games for drop-kicking a number of Ewoks, anything goes. I agree. I think grenades would be the way I would play that one. I should have a second sugar cube here. I wonder what I have in the storage bay at the back. I wonder if I've just left a computer or something lying around. Damn, nothing. Sad face. Okay, we haven't left a computer lying around. We've confirmed that now, so let's just go build everything we need. So there's some plastic over here. Nope. Nope. Must. There we go. Must reach. Plastic has stopped moving. Ah, there we go. Let's just grab a whole bunch of this stuff because I need to make microchips as well. Alright, and now let's do all the copper related stuff, and actually we should be ready to go, apart from those heavy modular frames. So, this is the wrong crafting bench. Here we are. Let's just make the cable we need initially. So there's 25. And how much do we need for the beacons? So for the beacons we need 2 each time, so another 10. Of the cables. That would make 35. And then for the computers, I'm assuming we'll need more again. 12 times 13. So rough calculation in my head, that's another 144 or so. Let's just make all of them. It's all about the unexpected movement. Yes, exactly. I was playing as an Ewok and actually managed to kill 12 stormtroopers. That's incredible. You need to come and teach me some tricks, actually. That's a real record, actually. Yeah, I'd love to. Oh, that's cool. When Jedi use force powers on them, they only stagger on the droidicas. Ah, so maybe the droidicas are the new Jedi killers. That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Because up till now, apart from the fact that the droidicas can hardly move when they're deployed, nothing's really been able to sort of chase the Jedi away, but even in the movies they do, so maybe, just maybe, they'll be exactly what we want them to be. Right, now I need some wire to construct all the microchips, so let's convert all this. Oh, we're so close to having a working train on the map. I cannot wait. Gonna need a bit more than this. Microchips use a lot of copper, can I just say. So force powers stagger them. I wonder for how long, and whether or not you can continue to shoot afterwards very quickly. Okay, that should be sort of enough to be starting on with. I'm just going to get that number up to a nice round 500. Boom. And let's go ahead and start making the ingredients for a computer. So 10, we need 130 circuit boards. We can create that, which means we are successful. I just saw Anakin try to pull one and it did nothing. Excellent. Now hopefully people don't start complaining about the old, oh, they're overpowered, oh, we can't find new strategies to beat these things, so we're going to complain to the devs about it. I would love for people to not do that. And for Droidicas cost 1,000. Oh, that's a bit cheap. But then on the other hand, if they die fairly quickly, then that's okay as well. Okay. Computers 13, we can make them. Oh guys, we're doing it. We're doing it. I think the only thing left now is the beacon and the heavy modular frame. You can see our checklist in the right side of the screen there. We're nearly done. Oh, this is a long-awaited moment for me. Ever since I heard they were adding trains to this game, I was just like, yes! Yes! I still haven't gotten my panels and... oh, what have I got in here? If I found a computer, then I would have screamed. Okay, I've got the panels. I just need some rods. I need a rod! Give me your rod. You know what? I feel like letting off some steam. Let's just chop down some plant life. Oh, I ran out of fuel. That's so annoying. Actually, how many beacons am I holding? 5. So I don't even need to make them. Oh my god, never mind. Never mind. This is good news. We've saved even more time. Right, modular frames. We just need to go back to the constructing the stuff we were before. Where are we? So what are we missing? Let's build a whole bunch of these for starters, because they're the most important ingredient. So we need 9 modular frames. Heavy modular frames, sorry. We need 9 of them. So far we can construct 3. The Droidica has 420 health. Okay, so about the same as a normal trooper, actually. Right, let's build as many as we can, just to see where we're at, resources-wise. Got enough screws for once, that's out of the ordinary. So we need more of those, basically the 3 core ingredients apart from screws. I know where I have the modular frames already. I reckon all of you are going to basically know my base off by heart by the time we're done with this video tonight. Now let's go get some steel beams. Or make some steel beams, I suppose. I really need a stairwell up to this second area up here. It's getting ridiculous now. Whee! Oh, that worked out nicely. There we go. Take all of that. It's all necessary. All of it. Alley-oop. Another thing I could be doing is using my jetpack, but that's just wasted time at this point. Right. Pipes and beams. So we need to just create a good amount of both. 15 times 3 is 45, so that's all we're going to need there. There we go, that's a nice healthy extra amount there, just in case. And now, steel beams, how many do we need? We're going to need 5 encased ones, which require 4 each, so 5 times 4 is 20, but I don't know, that sounds wrong. We're going to need 5 for 1. Yeah, so we need 15 times 4, so 60 of these at least. I think that number sounds more secure. Keep going, keep going, keep going. If the next Star Wars could be like Logan, I'll be happy, because the only good Jedi is a dead one. Wow. Actually, it would be fun to actually hunt down all the Jedi. That would be a really fun game too, from the Sith point of view, just be the guy that hunts them down. And I know that was essentially the concept of Force Unleashed, but he went to the light side. I want you to be victorious when you wipe out all the main, like, enemies. I want you to try and, like, have an alternate ending where you find Luke Skywalker and kill him. I think that'd be hysterical. And you find Master Yoda with him on Dagobah. Oh, what an epic final match that would be. Oh, you know what? I think we made it. Heavy modular frame times 4. Right. Now, to test out what the trains are like, I'm going to build them where I plan to have them in the future, which is down on my flat plane that I showed everybody at the start of the video. So for those of you who weren't here at the very start of the video, what I was actually doing, and how good am I playing this game without even looking at it, what I was doing is I've sort of constructed an area beside my primary factory floor here, where I was going to build my future operations that are related to trains and transport. This is sort of going to be like a testing area almost, and so now I'm going to use it as such. Excuse me. I need to find the way that I built to get down there. There it is. Oh dear. Or should we see how the train handles on normal terrain before we put it into action? Actually, it would be a better idea to see how it actually handles terrain. So let's put it on at least like this curvy hill here. Imagine a game all about the Inquisitors following Vader's orders. That would be quite cool too, yeah. Alright, so without further ado, train station. Oh wow, that's massive. I don't know which way's forward, so I'm just going to build it like so. Holy dooly. I am really looking forward to seeing how big this thing is. Electric locomotive. Oh, you're joking. Oh, I used all the steel pipes and steel beams while I was constructing. Don't worry, it's not an emergency. This will take me like 10 seconds to fix. There will still be a train today. It will not run off its rails. Right, where's my steel things? Right, steel beams. Done. Steel pipes. And done. Right, I bet you anything we won't actually have like a good amount of rails to be working with based on how this is working out so far, but we're there. This is the moment. If Ode to Joy could play in a live stream, it would be playing right now. Oh my god, yes. There it is, folks. It was kind of anticlimactic because they haven't put in an animation for building it yet. But there is the train. Right, now it's electric, so actually all we need to do is hook up the station and hopefully... How much power will this thing use? Be sure to have your fix-it badge ready at all times. Okay. Timetable. Oh my god, this is so cool. There's timetables. How many... What was it? I think it's something like 3 megawatts. Let's find out. Oh, you're joking. Zen. I must stay calm. I just need to go pick up some rods. I'd usually be more concerned if the architect designing the train station didn't know which end was forward. Luckily, I have the entire planet to work with, so if I get it wrong, it will just have room to turn around somewhere. Right, where are these rods going? Stop being all rodacious. There we go, I've got a backup here. Just gonna grab a whole bunch. Did I manage to pick up a bunch of panels as well? I did, yeah. Okay. Nothing else should be able to go wrong now, apart from forgetting to build the tracks when we first start up the train, so there is that. But there is a train on my map, guys. We only just did it. Okay. Loki's gone to dinner, but that's okay. He will see this in the replay. Let's build some track. Actually, you get quite a decent amount of track by the look of it. Want to see it handle some up and down. Doesn't look like it will be able to. The track has too sharp of a turn. Too steep of a drop. Now, normally this game is really good with how they do gaps underneath buildings. I really hope they put like a little structural support underneath the train, underneath the track, quite frankly, yeah. How big can I... Wow, you can really design this to move, to just push some limits, can't you? I am loving this. So this is our test track, everybody. We're sort of like a scientific committee inventing a new form of transportation here. Because what we're doing is we're testing like uphill turns and stuff just to see how it would cope. And apparently the infrastructure is not ready. No, I kind of saw that coming, to be honest. I can't get rid of these rocks yet. What a pain. Track. Guess I could make it go around the rocks. Here we are. Would this work? There we go. Ah, this is looking good. We're gonna make a full track. Oh, I'm so keen. I just want to drive my train. Well, why would you even suggest that sort of a shape then? We're out of resources. Balls. Okay, it's fine. It will move forwards at least. Was that everything we were going to build? Yeah, I think it was. Okay, let's give it a go. We just need to hook it up to some power. Hopefully it doesn't overload our system, because everything is running full tilt at the moment. Well, this is the moment of truth. I don't think we overloaded the system. We're up to about halfway. Let's see what actually happens when we turn the train on, though. Oh, guys, it's a moving train and I'm driving it! Ah! It's so beautiful! Oh my god! Oh! Oh, it's amazing! And it makes the noise and everything! Yeah, we need to hit the brakes now, otherwise we're going to fall off the track. Look at the warning light. And reverse. Okay, now, of course it wouldn't be a German Turtle video if something didn't break, so we're going to try going too fast, or fall off the end of the track. Oh, okay. And what, it will just go forwards again? Oh, okay, so it won't actually let you fall off the rails. That's good news, that's good news. But yeah, we totally did it. If the planet doesn't go dark, hashtag this is fine. Keep calm and fix it later. I might add that as a hashtag for the next time we do a series. Oh, the sound effects are brilliant though. I might just... Let's go back to the station and I'll rev her up as high as she goes. You can actually see down the bottom of the screen how many megawatts we're using as well. So it seems to run on a maximum of 80 megawatts. Alright, here we go. Maximum revs. Let's see what this thing sounds like at full tilt. Oh, it's got a lovely train sound. Okay, one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume up so all of you guys can hear it too, because it does sound really cool. If you've got headphones, guys, now's the time. You will hear the in-game music and everything a bit louder. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I wasn't able to slow it down in time. This train actually goes up to like 100 kilometers an hour plus. Alright guys, so we achieved our goal. We built this lovely train station here, and yeah, now that I know how it operates a little bit, I may well, obviously we're going to move it away from the test track location, but it is brilliant. I love that train system, and when we add some carriages to it, I'll make another video and just show it off in the old yeah, in the old series. I'm not going to make a how-to video about it separate from this live stream though, because actually it's quite simple. There's no really difficult parts. You just have to save up all the bloody resources, and it can take a while depending on how elaborate your base is. Mine's just a little single-player game, but yeah. So guys, that is everything. I'm sorry you've missed out on the end of the stream here, Loki, but dinner is more important. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. This has been German Turtle 05, and I mean, thank you for sticking around. That was a huge effort of a laborious video. I would personally skip to the end of that one every time to see the train. But thank you so much for watching. If you did stick out here, or stick around for the entire thing, thank you again. Yeah, it means a lot to have the concurrent views, obviously, and we had quite a lot of those tonight, so that's going to help our YouTube statistics quite a bit. So thanks guys, remember to hit like, comment and subscribe if you want to. It's German Turtle 05. We don't force anyone to do anything here. I'm going to jump over to OBS and give you guys the outro music now. Again, it's been a pleasure, and it's always fun working with trains and stuff. It took longer than I wanted, but you guys hung in there. So, au revoir, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.